any system for that matter. It doesn't mean only animals, only plants, only creatures, only beetles. It's not anything. Any living or non-living natural system is a manifestation of knowledge. So manifestation of knowledge, when you look at it, what that knowledge, do you have that knowledge already? No, you don't know. You don't know the process in which it is being developed. You don't know actually what is the aim of this particular thing or what is the role of this particular thing in the super system. So you have to understand that. You don't know the internal structure. You have to know that. You don't know the different functions. You have to know that. You don't know the behavior. You have to know that. So this way, you are going to look at the nature or the natural systems as manifestation of knowledge. Point to be noted. So manifestation of knowledge means when you look at that, when you actually deal with it more time, you are going to acquire more and more information related to particular area or related to particular aspect. Okay, so that is where the metaphoric knowledge is more useful. In the case of unnatural or artificial things, you already know the process, or somebody else like you know already, they defined it. But nature, no, it evolved. Don't you want to understand the evolution process? Won't that give any clues related to your softwares, related to your cyber physical systems, related to your machines? Won't that give any information? It will. Okay, so nature developed on its own with its own techniques which you don't know. So that is the differentiation from random metaphor and a natural metaphor. Okay, hope I'm clear. So with that perspective, if you look at the nature as a manifestation of some knowledge, all living system, any system you take for that matter, you look at them as a manifestation of knowledge. It has some knowledge within which I can get it through interaction with that particular system. How you are going to interact? If it is a human being, you directly interact with him. But if it is not a human being, you must know how to communicate with it. That means you must know how the information is flowing, or you must know how you need to retain that information from that particular system, related to the process, related to how it developed, related to what its role in the environment, related to what its relation with other systems, related to how it is surviving, related to how it is managing on its own. Okay, so these all things required deeper understanding. That is what mean by understanding. So first you look at something as a manifestation of some knowledge. If knowledge take a shape, that will become a natural system. So that is the perspective you need to be looking at the natural systems, even which is at the photo. That's a natural system. You can say simply it is a leaf. But if you keep thinking about it, because yesterday I gave different keywords which are unrelated. When I gave different keywords, you started thinking in different directions. That is all unexplored science. Whatever you said might not have said by anyone. So you have to ask a question. So can I use this observation? Can I use this system? Or can I use the understanding of the system somewhere else? Okay. So that is what you need to do. That means you have to get that information. How you get that information? Asking question. Asking question, and that question you should know how to retrieve that information. You should not destroy that system. So this is the second thing. In order to get the information, what you are doing, you already know. Experience under certain conditions. That is what you did yesterday. That is what you did yesterday. Yesterday, what you did? The minute I said bow, then you started seeing bow in that structurally. When I said aerodynamics, you started seeing the related aerodynamics there. Okay, or you started seeing how can I define aerodynamics by using this metaphor. Somebody said like that also. Okay, so now if you experience that with respect to certain conditions, that is what yesterday you exactly did. Okay, you are experiencing that particular metaphor with a particular mindset. Okay, if you change the mindset, it will appear different. It will change the, if you change the mindset, it will appear different. Point to be noted. Okay, so that is the reason why you have to experience it. Here I would like to stop further. Okay, you what I am suggesting you is in the way of understanding something, in the process of understanding the nature, you are going to consider something as a manifestation of knowledge. So when you consider something as a manifestation of knowledge, then you are going to observe that there is a knowledge lying inherently within this system, in the form of structure, in the form of form, in the form of behavior, in the form of connections, in the form of the role it is playing to the super system, in the form of many different aspects. Okay, so when you start looking like that, you start respecting things. Yeah, you will start respecting things. So you all know about the snake, right? Hope you don't say I don't know about snake. Okay, so what do you know about the snake? Anybody? Because last time also we discussed, I think, in the intelligent systems. What do you know about the snake? Any information? Because snake I saw only National Geographical Channel, sir. I don't know anything other than that. Okay. So snake is actually, you see that it creeps from here to there. It can survive in water also. It can swim in water also. You know that it has a very smooth surface of this one surface, body surface, and you say that it can. It's a kind of an animal which has a greater perception. In India, we are going to we are actually worshipping the snake also. Okay, these are all there. But if you closely look at the snake as a manifestation of knowledge, okay, so when you look at the snake as a manifestation of knowledge, this is, I'm not telling just like a teaching, it is my own experience. We experienced it. Okay, it doesn't mean that I'm going and talking to snake every day. Okay, point to be noted. I'm not talking to snake every day, but you can see snake can communicate with you, especially Indians know very well. Not modern engineering Indians. At least if you go to some villages and know, they know how to deal with snakes. At least few people. If you don't give any kind of body jerk or any kind of tension inside when you are near to the snake, it never bites you. It never bites you. Okay, but the minute you get some agitation inside, the minute you feel some agitation inside because you are in front of the snake, that second itself it will bite you. You can check. Many researchers are there. Many our zoology people did that. Some yogis also did. Okay, the minute you create some agitation inside, it is going to bite you. It's scientifically proven. So what is happening? Okay, because your internal agitation, how is it being identified by something else, which is you are thinking very, you are the advanced system and that is the lowest system. Okay, that is the first question. How its perception is so deeper and advanced. Okay, and another thing, it can survive underground. Will you agree with me? Snake can survive underground, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So everybody know about it. Snake can survive underground. Snakes can survive within the water. It can swim inside the water and go somewhere. Okay, that means it will take the oxygen, but still it can swim inside for longer times if you compare with others. It can stay on the earth. It can stay on the trees. Okay. So yes, ma'am. Hemlata, you're raising hand.
No, sir. By mistake, sir.
Okay. Right. So you can raise. Sorry, you. That's a disturbance problem. What I was teaching, what I was telling.
Snake can swim underwater. It
Yeah,
could need
underwater, on the
oxygen,
land. So it can survive on the tree. Okay. If you see that, how that body is helping. Now you can understand. You are always thinking having bone is the real virtue. Has anybody thought about that, whether the snake has the bone, real bone or not? Any
No,
idea?
sir.
No. Right? So there is no bone. That means until now we are thinking having bone is an advantage. But without bone also it is able to survive in many places. Okay, that's the second question. It has advantage. The other thing is, that means we have boneless creatures also, but we know only boneless chicken biryani, boneless mutton biryani, these things we know. Okay, but if you see, the third point or third question I'm going to post is, when it is actually staying underground, it can detect the smallest to smallest vibrations. Hope everybody agree with me. Any counters on that? It can detect the smallest to smallest, very smallest vibrations also it can detect. Okay, so if you see that level of perceptions, it can detect smallest or weakest vibrations. It can stay anywhere. Its body is most flexible to stay anywhere, and its perception is so deep and precise. It can uh, observe people that deeply. In that particular case, what do you think? Is it only a simple system, or it has a lot of knowledge which it can teach to us?
Sir, its vibration, the sensitive, it when we get agitated, that the snake can feel the vibration. It has that capacity, so it detects that and it bites us, and its form helps it to do it well. Like its bones are not that strong or anything. It's flexible, right? So it helps. These three things are interrelated. It helps them to understand things and
Correct.
cooperate.
But one correction is, it is not due to vibration. Okay.
Okay.
So vibration, that biting is because if you are walking, that minute vibrations will travel through the ground. That vibration it senses and it will go away. Suppose if you are too near, it is going to bite you.
Okay.
But what I was saying as a first point was not that. If you hold the snake in your hand,
Yes, sir.
if you hold the snake in your hand until you are not agitated, it won't bite you. There are many experiments also, you can see. Until
Okay,
you
sir.
are
Fine.
agitated, it won't bite you. But The minute you agitate, its eyes and its IR sensors it has, it can detect the chemical changes in your body just by looking at you. That is the
Fine, sir.
technology we are presently developing in our laboratory. We patented also.
Oh, fine, sir.
So that is the kind of compound vision. We named it as a compound vision. Okay. That's the kind of compound vision you can see very deeply. It can pursue your body, what kind of changes are coming in your body. The minute you agitated, the chemical reactions, we don't know what chemical reactions it is watching it. It is looking at. So those things it will observe immediately, then immediately bite. These many videos are there. In India, it's not a. In India, snake is well understood species.
Okay, sir. Fine, fine, sir.
That's the thing.
Thank you.
So here my point is, you can remember. Yes. Yeah, you can remember that when you actually look at the snake, it's a kind of species, but you start understanding it, it is a manifestation of knowledge. That is what I'm saying. So when you look at it as a manifestation of knowledge, then you have to acquire some information from that to gain that knowledge. Every species, it's not, I can say this is good, this is not. I'm not saying that. Every species and every element of natural world is very, very interesting manifestation of knowledge. So when your understanding starts, first consideration in your mind should be, it is the manifestation of knowledge. I can gain some knowledge from this. The only thing, I have to make that information flow from it to me. Okay, that may be through some experiment, some observations, some so information flow, how you are going to create generally. Information flow, how you are going to create. You are going to talk with everything. Huh? Suppose I asked you a question yesterday, what you see in the, okay, I will ask again. Suppose if I give you the keyword, okay, what keyword I can give here? Okay, unrelated keyword I will give, cricket. So what is the keyword?
Cricket, sir.
Yeah, your keyword is cricket. Cricket means not that species cricket. Play. Okay, that cricket game is there now. That's what I'm asking, telling about. If I give you a keyword and ask you to look at it and tell me your thoughts, then what do you see? Now, wait. Before telling, you tell me how that information actually flown to you. Because if you are looking at and saying something related to the cricket, that information is actually flowing from that image to you or that system to you. Am I right? So how it is flowing, how you actually established that communication. Did you understand any time that one? Okay. Again, philosophy came. So I told, right, this topic itself like a philosophical, but you have to understand how you established a communication. Now tell me, cricket.
Fielder catching a ball, like leaves holding that flowers.
No, which is the ball, which is the hand?
Like leaves are a hand and flowers are ball.
Correct. So that is a bit logic only. But how you got that information? But that information flown to you, am I right? From that system?
Observation and experiencing.
That is the thing. Thinking, yeah, thinking also. Thinking is a part of observation and experience. Okay, that means you are trying to experience this particular system with respect to your keyword. That's why you are able to see flower as a ball and leaf as a hand. Any other perspective?
Sir,
One or two.
the green leaf depicts that the ground, the color of the ground,
Okay,
and
color of the ground. Okay.
that the white color depicts that the center pitch of it.
Okay. So he saw the flower pattern is like a maybe second the lower leaf he saw, I think. The flower pattern is like a pitch and other is a ground. Okay. But that information flown to you now because of the keyword. Next. Next. Anything else? If we are, what is this? Is it related one? Srinivasan. If we are in fear, our body generates one type of smell. Yeah. From that smell, no, it's not smell. It's a vision. Smell may be taking part, but it's a vision. Smell is only in animals, especially this tiger, these things. They just smell. If you are fearful, all those things, they will just attack. Otherwise, tiger never attacks from front. Okay, but snake case, it is only through vision. Okay. When you are back in campus, I will show you something. I will demonstrate you something. Okay, that's already in the developmental stage. So that is the thing. What you are saying, what you are thinking, you are establishing a information flow from that particular system by using some keyword or by using some observational direction. That's a psychological tool. So you are Yeah, Nilesh.
Yes, sir. I had a question. You
Yes,
said
please.
that any natural system is like manifestation of knowledge. But sir, any natural system will have its own capabilities and limitations. So, as you said, in case of snake, we can take inspiration from its vision, for example, and we can build something. But sir, like what you said, like information, like taking any keyword and deriving inspiration, that's just, as you said, metaphorical inspiration, right? So how is that useful versus
No, that's what. Both ways we
yeah.
have to think. See, two ways we discussed already. One is you consider it as a metaphor, pure metaphor. That means with respect to keyword, whatever thoughts you get from that system, because somebody said that is a cricket ground and there is a pitch. Do you think that there is a meaning? No, but he has the meaning for that. So what you are doing, that is the next step. What I am saying, experience means what? Experience means you are creating a meaning for your observation. You are creating a meaning for your whatever the next step is there, na? This one, interpretation. So you are creating a meaning for interpretation. You are creating a meaning for your observation. Okay, so that's what yesterday I said. The minute keyword, I don't give any keyword, your mind is actually looking at it, but not with a particular direction. Do you think that without direction you can work out something?
No, sir. But
Huh.
like it's just like the ability of our mind to relate any two random things, right?
That's what we
How
are
is that?
understanding.
But okay, sir. But how is that useful in making up a design or a product or
That's
incorporating
what.
that? Like
No,
how
no,
is metaphor?
that we will come to know. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So the minute you are getting that information, okay, so then you are experiencing it. Experience means what? You are making a meaning. So you are making a meaning. That meaning means you are understanding something related to that system, or you are making some new meaning related to that system. That a new meaning or new understanding related to that system is a new knowledge. That knowledge you are going to use for your application. That is what you are going to. Okay? Because yesterday when I asked the software, you actually saw many things in that. Suppose somebody saw stacks, somebody saw classification, somebody saw something else, somebody saw bus also. Okay, we have very well established buses in the processor. right? A data bus. But did you see anywhere that a processor with random bus structures? Maybe somebody will get that idea. So then new idea emerges. Am I right? So that is why this topic I incorporated. What I did, I said, first you understand how your way of understanding working, or how the process of understanding is working. So process of understanding, you look at the nature as a manifestation of knowledge. Then you are creating a information flow. Then this creating a information flow through a particular direction. Then you are experience that particular system with respect to some direction. That is, you are making new meanings. That is what experience means. You are actually creating new meanings for that particular system with your observation, with your direction. Okay, that's why people say that innovative thinking means what? You have to think in the direction which others not done yet. Okay, that means you are creating a new meaning for your observation, new meaning for that system. Okay, so when you do that, you are experiencing it. Otherwise, you should not say I'm experiencing. You are experiencing means literally knowledge from that system is flowing to you. Of any direction, I don't mind. You explore with respect to computer, you explore with respect to electronic circuit, you explore with respect to mechanical machine. I don't mind. But with a particular direction, that knowledge is flowing into you. When that knowledge information flow is created, communication is established with respect to a specific direction, then you are experiencing it. That means you are going to make new meanings for that same particular system. When you are actually creating new meanings, that means you are actually creating interpretation. Creating the new meaning itself called interpretation. Okay, so that is the way you are trying to understand, or the process of understanding is working in the case of nature. Okay, so this you must have some idea. That's the reason why our olden days they were giving some story everywhere. It is there now. Many people are saying the same story in different ways. Two people were there. So generally they say that this Yudhishthir and Duryodhan, his guru said that maybe he thought both are useless. He said that you just go out and see what are the different plants useful. One fellow came with a perspective that second fellow, younger brother Yudhishthir, this Duryodhan came that nothing is useful. Yudhishthir came with a completely opposite perspective that nothing is useless. What is the difference you see there?
Perspective.
You see there? Yeah.
Perspective. And from what perspective they look.
No. With respect to this point, you see. With respect to this, you see.
The way he described the things, like it may not be completely useless, but they are less useful. That what he meant.
No, that means for everything he is creating a meaning. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's establishing a communication. He's creating a meaning for that. His own meaning. So with that meaning, he has a use for that. If somebody show to mechanical engineer this area, that fellow may say that these are useless things, don't show to me. But maybe computer science guy gets some idea through this one. Okay, that means he's making a meaning out of that. So that's the reason, but that is the difference between experience, making a meaning. Okay, so if once you define that meaning for a particular system in the nature, anyway your application will come naturally. You are going to apply it somewhere. There is no other go. So this process you need to understand. That is what I am struggling since yesterday to make you understand. Okay? Because still we are teaching all subjects here. All subjects means different directions we are teaching. But are you really aware how you are understanding? But natural systems, this is very important. Natural systems, you must consider them as manifestation of knowledge. Then you have to establish that information flow in a particular direction. In that direction, you have to create some meaning. Then that means you are experiencing that in that direction, in that condition. Then that meaning is called interpretation. This is what you are doing when you say, I am understanding the system. I am understanding the system means you are just thinking it as a knowledge manifestation, creating information flow, and creating a meaning, which you call it as interpretation. So creating a meaning means you are experiencing it. Once the knowledge flows into you, that means you are experiencing it. If the knowledge won't flow into you, you are unable to make any meaning. Kindly don't tell that I understood that system. You didn't understand. Okay? So that is what mean by understanding process. This nobody focusing, because up to last year I also didn't teach that because it is highly philosophical. So people may get bored or sleep. But I see one, 2 PhD students also there. Maybe useful for many people. Once you understand this process, it is very useful. Okay? So that is what the process of understanding, especially process of understanding the nature. It may be useless for somebody, but you can make new meanings. You can make new interpretations. That you always remember. So can somebody please repeat what we generally do in natural observation or a natural system understanding? First, what is our thinking should be like? First one.
Every natural system is a manifestation of knowledge, sir.
Yeah, first one, you must consider every natural system. Okay, living or non-living is a manifestation of knowledge. There is a lot of knowledge behind it. Next, second. Anybody? Just I am reminding you. It is in front of you only. So second one.
No, sir. So information flow, sir.
Yeah. So that means information flow means what? How information flows from one system to another system. Is really information created flowing from that system to your brain, or your brain creating some information through observation?
Through observation.
Yes. Through observation, your brain actually creating some information. Okay. Next, third step is experience. Experience means what? Now onwards, you should not tell what is mean by experience. I don't know. Experience means what?
Observation, sir.
Yeah, observation is over. When you say something, I experienced it.
Observed in a different way that no one did or no one ever experienced.
No, remember. No, these are all words we are using. You said information flow, right? If the information flow is established from one system to another system, that means if you are absorbing some information into you, then you are experiencing that system. You are experiencing particular system means what? You must be absorbing some information from that system. Okay? If you are not absorbing some information, then you should not say I'm experiencing it. No. Okay? If you have some water, you just drink. You drink water, then what do you say? That you say that I experienced water. Means what? Your brain got that information already. So remember, again I am repeating, absorbing some information from that system, because information flow is there, but you should absorb it, right? So if information is absorbed into you, then that means you are experiencing the system. Please remember. Okay? So you absorbed that information. Now what you are doing in the next step? You experienced it. Next. Through that information, what you are doing?
Interpret what?
So interpretation means what? Interpretation, anyway, I wrote there.
Create a meaning out of it.
Sorry?
Create a meaning out of it.
Yes, creating a meaning out of it. Until you create your own meaning, then only you can say, I experienced and interpreted. Now you tell me, without experiencing, that means without absorbing the information, can you say that I can interpret something?
No, sir.
No, you can't do. Without, that means, see, these words we are generally using: understanding. Understanding process is this. If you are following this process only, you are understanding. Any understanding is happening only through this. Okay? And that too in the bio-inspiration, especially when you are dealing with the natural system, you must follow this. So that's why tomorrow assignment also will be in this direction. Kindly, tomorrow assignment, don't miss. Okay? You must do that. Okay? So let me repeat. First of all, you are considering all living and non-living natural systems as manifestation of knowledge. You strongly believe that. Then you are going to establish the information flow. You are going to absorb the information, which you call it as experiencing the system or observing the system. So you are absorbing some information. Then you are absorbing the information in a particular direction that you know already. Then that absorbed information is analyzed and you are making some meaning to that. You are defining the meaning. Okay? So maybe somebody else will give some other meaning. Maybe that is useful, more effective. We don't know. You can't say this is the final, only one meaning. No. Okay? So that is the reason why bio-inspiration became versatile. It won't belong to any branch. It belongs to everyone. Only thing, you have to experience the natural system and make meanings, new meanings. That you call as interpretation. That's it. That you can use in your application to build systems. That's why I didn't tell biomimicry. So as somebody, this EDM 54 asked that question only. Sir, we are understanding the processes. We mimic them. Then just understanding it or making a meaning, how it helps? Because mimicry is different. Mimicry means as it is you are doing. But this one, you are making a new meaning and build on that meaning. So you are building new systems based on your experience, your understanding, or your interpretation. So those are completely new systems. That is completely new knowledge you are going to create. That means overall, you are going to create new knowledge out of a natural system. Okay, so that is what about understanding the nature. You may underestimate this one, but once you deeply understand this one, you really feel bio-inspiration. You really feel happy, trust me. Okay, so you have to feel the systems. You will really enjoy bio-inspiration. You may be doing any project, I don't mind, but you can easily apply things. Okay, so PhD people already Hema left.
No, sir, I'm here.
Jay Pradap and Hemalata, please take attendance.
Okay.
Yeah. So if attendance is over, then If any questions you can ask, I can another 5 minutes you can ask. I thought this topic will take only one class. So philosophy take longer time. Any questions? So, but with this perspective, you see people, you observe things, will really enjoy it. Okay. So, attendance over?
Yes, sir. It is over.
Yeah.
Sir, for me one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Snake, how it's visible, sir? Snake will visible only infrared only, sir. It will be visible.
Yeah, you can see both. We developed one technology. Are you in campus?
No, sir.
Okay. When you are back, I will demonstrate to everyone. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So, if no questions are there, then we'll take leave and wait for my assignment. Tomorrow, within the class, you do the assignment. Hema will be there. Jayapradap will be there. I think Jayapradap also should do the assignment. Okay. So wait for the assignment. So I'll forward by evening. Okay. I'll post the assignment by evening. Okay. Thank you. If there are no questions, I'll leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.